I have a 20-year-old, 23-year-old daughter. I also have a 11-year-old, she'll be 12 on the 14th. Like you, Roddy.
Yeah.
And I have a granddaughter, 3 years old. And then I have a mother, some aunties. And I heard you speaking recently on something that really refreshed me because your perspective is almost identical to mine. And I'm just going to say one name and I'm going to let you go. Sexxy Red.
Man.
What we going to do, bro?
And the sex, I'm
Shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to Sexxy Red.
One thing you said redemptive was she's a part of something so much bigger.
Yeah.
And nothing else she presents is really going to be accepted. She really had no choice based on this is what they are designing as what, if you're not doing this, it's not going to work.
Right.
So it's less her fault and just more, she's not the source, she's more of the pimple and not what's causing the pimple.
She's the branch on the root of what's going
go.
on. Because if you look at some of my social media, the rapper Sexxy Red, the way the white media parades her around, I think it's problematic because they are specifically trying to use a negative image of black women in order to justify harming black women by parading a Sexxy Red around. She's, and she's barefoot, pregnant, and twerking. When you put that in the eyes of millions of people, that says something about your culture. That's making a statement. And why are they doing that? That's not sexy. It's not appealing to anybody. The reason to do it is to promote degeneracy. And I like a ratchet every now and then. But ratchets are something you deal with behind the scenes.
Hood rats or ratchets.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little ratchet. But to parade that around as something that kids should...
Burlesque has never been a mainstream concept.
Right.
It has its place.
It has its place. They promote her to children, just like they were promoting Lil Nas X to children.
I agree.
That's the problem that I have with that type of shit.
I agree so much. That's the same thought process I would have. It's not like the dark desires of adulthood are not acceptable, but they're not mainstream in the platforms that we share with our children and our youth that we are. They're not for community. Otherwise, it's kind of like the general concept when you look on social media and you see women who are married, comfortable to be in a spaghetti strap top with no bra and some little bitty boy shorts with no panties and looking sexy as fuck in the camera, wiggling, dancing, but they married.
Right.
It's indicative of a society we have. We see few participants from the other races following our trends, but like you say, it seems like it's something that's going on with us. Do you think that we have a positive future in regards? Do you think it's something that's going to have to work itself out of our system, or do you think it's going to lead to our doom and our destruction?
It's up to us, man, on the grassroots to control our media narrative. That's why I do movies. That's why we have a museum. That's why I write books. We have to have a grassroots media apparatus where we're not dependent on the dominant society to show images of ourselves. When I started doing the Hidden Colors movies a decade ago, I started because
that's all it's been.
It's been it's only a little over a decade.
Okay,
yeah. We started. Yeah, it came out 2011.
And you on volume 5.
Yeah, we did 5 and a whole bunch of other movies since then. But the reason why I did it around 2010, remember the movies that were out at the time was The Help, The Blind Side, all of these movies that showed us looking crazy, Precious,
Color Purple.
Right. These movies showing us looking insane. So I said, hey, we have to get our own resources together and tell our own stories. Because when we go to Hollywood and say, hey, we want you to represent us, they'll say, yeah, we'll represent you. Let's get Gabby Sidibe to go steal a bucket of chicken and run down the street. Yeah.
Sound familiar, sir?
Yeah.
The new gangland. This dude, the producer of this project, is very silent back here, but he's on the front line of that issue because he's been called upon throughout the years to participate in a lot of major productions that are, they're centered around the LA gang culture. And he's participated through the years. And just recently, major platforms reached out, asked for him to collaborate again. And they're all Caucasians that are doing these productions, and they want his expertise. And they reach out to him, and he just found himself standing on principle saying, well, how many blacks do you have on production staff? And they're saying, well, actually none.
Oh, shit.
And he's disgusted with us having a lack of representation on presenting our own story. So
Yeah.
now he's been boycotting these opportunities that are paying opportunities,
Mm.
letting the producers know until one of us or on the production team I ain't fucking with it. So it remind me of what you're saying.
Right,
I
right.
feel that.
Right, and we do need more of that. We do need
Yes.
more of that stuff. I know on Snowfall they had Dub C.
Yeah, Dub C told me he was consulting on
Yeah,
that.
they had him as a consultant on that. One of my favorite shows, The Godfather of Harlem, about Bumpy Johnson. It's on Epic, the Epic Network. They had our brother from Hidden Colors, James Small, because he was around Malcolm X's family and all those people in Harlem. They have him as a consultant, and behind the scenes, he let them know, hey, don't put that in there. Hey, don't go there with it. So it's good to have one of us behind the scenes letting folks know, don't be with the bullshit.
Always.
Yeah.